What up, baby? It's your boy, the ATX Sooner, back with another video. And we're going to switch up a little bit. We're doing a little something different this time. I got y'all on OBS right now. It's my first time working with it. So y'all work with me. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. I know typically I got Oklahoma fan base, but today I want to talk to you USC Trojans. Okay? I want to talk to this Lincoln Riley team right here. Now, you know, typically when it comes to that, as an Oklahoma fan, we talking mess. All right, we talking mess. But I want to start out with a bit of positive news. All right, maybe a little something that the USC fan base can probably sit on and hope for a better future. All right, but let's start right here. Okay, so let me make myself smaller real quick. And like I said, I'm still learning how to do all this, so work with me. But let's start with recruiting. All right. So positive note. All right. As you can see here, USC currently has the #1 overall recruiting class in the year 2026. Now that's what you want to see. That's what you got. That's what you brought them there for. You know, you want to be able to lock in a lot of these top guys. Y'all already got two 5-stars committed to your team. Hey, round of applause, all right? So, first things first, I just wanted to start off there. Positive note, all right? Now, USC is a program, it's a school that is definitely should be considered a blue blood. I would consider it a blue blood. Rich history at USC. Obviously, y'all haven't really had that heyday since the early 2000s. You know, y'all kind of been hit or miss when it comes to that. But at the end of the day, you guys should have the expectations, the same expectations we have here at Oklahoma, the same expectations that they have in Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, all of these expectations from Clemson, that's where you should be. You should be in that you should have those same expectations for your football team as I do for mine. So I wanted to start there. Like I said, positive note. Round of applause, Lincoln Riley. And I don't like Lincoln Riley, but I got to give him his kudos. He has a #1 overall class for the year 2026. Now, California is similar to Florida, similar to Texas. You're gonna get your recruits. All right, this is where the best competition is. All right, if you want a 5-star, you want that 5-star to come out of California. You want that 5-star to come out of Texas. You want that 5-star to come out of Florida. And but more than anything, you want to lock down your state. Okay, now I get it. It's a lot different when it comes to Texas and California because those are huge states. So it's going to be hard to lock down a lot of the players in your state just off of the size of the state alone. But here's the first red flag I'll say. And I'm going to use the 2026 recruiting, all right? So, look at this. All right? You got 3 5-stars coming out of the state of California. Now, of course, you're going to recruit by need. I'm not following the SEC team that much, so, I'm not sitting here saying that, y'all are doing a good job of this or a bad job of this. But one of the red flags that I see in me if I'm an SEC fan, I want these dudes to be locked in to my school. Why do I have the #1 quarterback out of California going to BYU? Why do I have the #2 athlete coming out of California going to Texas A&M? Look, you guys got you a tight end, 5-star tight end. Congratulations. That's nice. Is it a game changer? Not that much. Don't get me wrong. You got a Mark Andrews. You got these type of tight ends that Lincoln Riley has brought to the forefront, and you can see them excelling in the NFL right now. But when you want a 5-star, a tight end is not necessarily the #1 position that you're looking for. That you'll be just fine with a 3-star tight end. You'll be just fine with a 4-star tight end. But anyways, semantics. Look, top 10 out of the top 10 recruits coming out of the state of California, USC's locked down 2 of them. I'm having an issue with that. All right. Now, of course, you can say the same thing with like a Oklahoma, right? So Oklahoma, we should be locking down All of our recruits that come out of Oklahoma. And I want to say in 2025, I want to say that we did lock down the top 3 recruits coming out of Oklahoma. But there's not as many recruits coming out of Oklahoma. So, when it comes to that, you kind of got to look past that. You got to give that a pass because we're getting most of our recruits out of Texas. All right. And now since Brent Venables is there, we got a strong recruiting point in Florida as well. So, to me, I want to see these guys in a USC uniform. There's no reason why these guys should be going to Texas A&M, BYU, Washington, Ohio State, Oregon. I get it. Oregon and Washington is right there. But why am I traveling to Texas? Why am I going to BYU if I'm coming out the state of California? I got a top-notch blue blood right in my backyard. But I'm not interested in going there. All right, let's look at 2025, okay? This most recent recruiting class, all right? Look at that. Again, you lock down the third best recruit coming out of California. Kudos. You need that. But why do you have a cornerback going to Alabama? First of all, why is Alabama looting my state? I'm USC. We're in California. It's what y'all call it, scarlet and gold. These players should be wearing that. You shouldn't be traveling all the way to Bama. You shouldn't be going all the way to Miami. Notre Dame, Penn State, Ohio State, A&M got 2 of them. Penn State, come on now. Out of your top 15 players coming out the state, USC got 2 of them. That's a red flag in my eyes. All right, now maybe I'm just, maybe I'm looking at it from with crimson and cream glasses on, and I want this to be this way. But to me, that's a red flag. I need to be locking down the players coming out of my state. All right. Now, one of the biggest problems with Lincoln Riley that I find, and trust me, USC fans, I get it. You guys hate when Oklahoma fans bash y'all. You hate whenever we pile on to the bad things. You've lost 1 game. All right, so the season's not over yet. All right, we're not going to call the season over. Don't get me wrong. Y'all still got Michigan. Y'all still got Ohio State, I believe. I'll pull up your schedule too. But big red flag. But when it comes to the players currently on the roster, this is another thing that I will say kudos to Lincoln Riley. All right. The main problem that Lincoln Riley had at Oklahoma was building up the trenches on the defensive end. All right. Now, we were O-line U at Oklahoma. Still is O-line University at Oklahoma. That's not a Lincoln Riley thing. That's a Bill Bedenbaugh thing. Clearly, as you can see, we're still producing good with O-linemen. And that's one big thing that Lincoln Riley tried to bring with him. He knew that, hey, if I'm going to SC, I need me a dominant offensive line coach. He tried to bring Bill Bedenbaugh with him, but no, he's a Oklahoma Sooner born, sooner bred, and when he die, he gonna be sooner dead. All right, so no chance of that. But this is something that I do like about Lincoln Riley's defense right here. Now I get it, in which I'll prove this point later. All right, measurables. Okay, at Oklahoma, one of the main things that Brent Venables had to establish, we need our interior to be over 300 pounds. All right, we're in the SEC now. We're playing in the big leagues. All right, we need some big boys to attack that quarterback and to protect that quarterback. Now, at Oklahoma, I don't think that Lincoln Riley got that point on the defensive line. We were small on defensive line. But look at this. Look at this right here. Your D tackles. You want your D tackles to be over 300 pounds. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, out of 10 of the defensive tackles that you guys have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, more than half of them is over 300 pounds. And the ones who's not, sophomore, got to get that right. Junior, why aren't you over 300 pounds yet? Freshman, I understand that. You came in on the right foot. You got 5 more pounds to reach that mark. Okay? Who else we got here? Junior, what's going on? What's going on? You're 6'5", 290. Eat a Twinkie, okay? Gain that extra 10 pounds because that matters, okay? Now, defensive end, agile. You got your power rushers. You got your speed rushers. You got your contained guys. I'm leaning. It's not too important when it comes to the defensive end being over 300 pounds. You want those guys to be lean and mean. All right. You want them to be athletic. So kudos to Lincoln Riley when it comes to that. Now let's look at the offensive line. All right. And sorry if this scrolling is, messing with your eyes. Close your damn eyes. All right. So offensive linemen. Look at this. Again, like I said, this is what Lincoln Riley is doing right. Okay. 300, 300, 300, 300, 1. Let's just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 16 out of 18 of your offensive linemen are over 300 pounds. That's what you want to see. Now, obviously, Lincoln Riley went to SC because he thought he was going to be able to be comfortable in the Pac-12. I don't care what you guys say. I know you guys hate whenever Oklahoma fans say that. You guys hate when we bring that up, but it's true. He left Oklahoma to avoid going into the SEC. Went to USC hoping that he wasn't going to have to face any of the big league guys, so he can keep making it to the playoffs on the easy schedule. No, USC said, by the way, we're going to the Big Ten. All right, so he's prepared for that. He's made the moves. He's got, so something's going on correct with that strength and conditioning. Okay, now that's what you want to see when it comes to that. But a lot of things that I've been hearing lately with this USC team is it's not Lincoln Riley's fault that the defense is bad. Let me repeat myself. It's not Lincoln Riley's fault because the defense is bad. Now, when I try to tell y'all, when we as Oklahoma fans try to tell y'all who this man is, all right, he's a great offensive coordinator. Can't nobody take that from him. He is an outstanding quarterback whisperer. Oklahoma has benefited from that. Now, USC, now that Caleb Williams is gone, y'all have kind of had y'all hit or miss there. But it's only been 2 years. The guy, Mayava, however he says his name, he's looking pretty good. So, the defense is the problem. And that's one thing that Lincoln Riley likes to always, throw somebody else under the bus. He always keeps his defensive coordinator that he can just throw under the bus anytime because our offense looks good. What's going on with the defense? How long do you have to smell shit to realize that it stinks? Not too long for me. I smelled it one time and goddamn, get this out of my face. Let me show you guys this, okay? Now, Lincoln Riley. Now, I'm not only going to talk about USC here. I'm going to bring it back all the way to when he was in when he was in the Crimson and Cream. All right, look at that. His first year, 2017. I don't put this on him. This is Bob Stoops' team. All right. So when I look at head coaches, new head coaches, I give them a 2-year pass off the rip. All right, because you're coaching somebody else's team. So for Oklahoma to have a number 67 off defense, total defense, in the year 2017, that lets you know that Lincoln Riley was not provided the best defense whenever Bob Stoops left this program. But what's the job of a head coach? Is the job of a head coach to focus on one side of the ball and let your other guy do the other thing? It is if it works. But if it don't work, you got to figure something out your damn self because it's going to start looking bad on you. All right, so boom, 2017, Oklahoma had a number 67 defense, total defense in the nation. Not good. 2018, Oklahoma. Oklahoma had a total defense that was ranked 114th out of 130 teams. That sound good? No, it don't sound good. But again, I said 2 years. That's 2 years. I'm not putting that on Lincoln Riley. All right, whatever. But now we're gonna start going into. All right, who are we gonna put this on? Is Lincoln Riley able to provide a good defense that can keep us in tough games whenever we need them to perform. Let's look at 2019. Oklahoma had a number 38 defense. 2019, I believe Oklahoma, we went to the playoffs that year. Congratulations. All right, lost first round because we realized that the SEC is a lot different than the Big 12. Okay? Kudos to Lincoln Riley, though, for providing a top 40 defense that year, getting us to the playoffs. 2020. Boom. Another one. Number 29, we got better. So what did I tell you? I don't blame Lincoln Riley for the first 2 years. Lincoln Riley in 2019 and 2020, mind you, he had two. This is his second year with his recruits, so it's still a 50-50 his recruits versus Bob Stoops' recruits. Number 29. All right, so now we're going to go to 2021. Bob Stoops has seniors now. All his recruits are seniors. This is a majority-led Lincoln Riley recruited team. All right, 2021, Oklahoma fell all the way to 76. Okay, so you can tell that some of those players provided by Bob Stoops that dipped, that left, made an impact that year. Okay, we dropped all the way to 76 from number 29. Yeah, from 29 to 76. Okay, not good at all. Now, that was the year, I think that was the year Lincoln Riley left Oklahoma. Correct. The year Lincoln Riley left Oklahoma, it was going downhill from that point. And then you boys out in sunny California decided to spin that bag on that man and say, hey, we could use a offensive genius. We could use a head coach that seems to be in the playoffs every time that he can get in there. So let's go to USC's defense, right? Boom. Now, remember, first 2 years, I'm still giving them that pass. First 2 years. His first year, Lincoln Riley, he won like 11 games that year with Caleb Williams. His best year at USC, all offense, because clearly the defense was ranked 106th in the nation. So it's all offense right there. Caleb Williams put that team on his back, and I think y'all were, number one in y'all's conference that year? I mean, the Pac-12. All right. Now, second year at SC. All right, boom. What did he do? Let's find out. Boom. 119th out of 133 teams. Now, again, that's 2 years. 2 years. This is a 50-50 his team and the last coach's team. I'm not putting this on him. Okay? But you expect Lincoln Riley to change the program. You expect Lincoln Riley to be the difference maker, not only on offense, but on defense as well. And not only on defense, in the locker room. Not only in the locker room, the culture. It all comes with being a head coach, okay? Let's look at last year. Last year, y'all improved. But still, y'all put up a number 77 defense in the nation. Improvement? Yes. But do you see the consistency here? Outside of those two Bob Stoops teams, Lincoln Riley has not provided a top 40, top 50, top 60 offense. All right? Defense. I'm sorry. Defense. Since he's been a head coach. It's been 9 years. How long do you have to smell shit before you realize it stinks? All right, 2025. This year, let's see how y'all are starting out this year. It's only been 4 games, okay? But have y'all played anybody? No. Y'all haven't played anybody. I don't care if y'all lost y'all's last game to a number 23 team in the nation or number 24 team in the nation. They're not going to do too good this year. But look, what do you know? Number 72 total defense in 2025. Now tell me, what do y'all think 2026 is going to look like? What do y'all think 2027 is going to look like? 2028, 2029? I just showed you. It's in black and white. The type of coach Lincoln Riley is. He's not going to get you there when it comes to defense. And you know what wins championships? Defense wins championships. Let's look at this real quick. Let me scroll up right here. Look at this. Look at this. Over the course of the 4 years that Brent Venables has been here, he now has a number 2 defense at Oklahoma. He has completely flipped, which is what you expect him to do at Oklahoma. Now, the difference is with Brent Venables and Lincoln Riley, which I actually feel like they're one and the same, just night and day from each other when it comes to offense and defense. Lincoln Riley has to put the right pieces in place in order to gain a good defense. Just like Brent Venables has put the right pieces in place to keep a good offense at Oklahoma. And in 2023, Oklahoma had a top 5 offense, and Lincoln Riley was long gone. Right now, I don't know what our offense is ranked. I could look that up, but I don't feel like it. But I guarantee you that it's in the top 30. Obviously, we got a quarterback who's hurt. That's probably going to taint some things. Last year, our whole freaking offense was hurt. That definitely tainted some things. But I'm not throwing no excuses out there. Let me make myself big again. Okay? Too big. Whoa. All right. So to boil it all down, when it comes to Lincoln Riley, there is no future that I could see where he is going to put a defense good enough to win you guys a championship, let alone beat the Michigans and the Ohio States and the Oregons of the Big Ten. He hasn't shown to do it yet. He can get you close. Don't get me wrong. He can put up a fight with the offense. But once it's time to play some defense, once it's time to beat Floyd Mayweather with defense, it's not there for him. He can't do it, and why? Okay, he's made the defensive changes. He has the recruiting class to show for it that he's improving, that he's doing what he needs to do, bringing the right players in. But the problem is Lincoln Riley cannot develop the defensive side. And where does that come from? That doesn't come from the wrong defensive coordinator hire. Now, don't get me wrong. Whenever y'all had old boy that he brought with him, I have completely deleted his name out of my memory because those defenses were atrocious. Were they better than the ones that we had before with Mike Stoops? Definitely. But atrocious nonetheless. All right, and y'all got a glimpse of that whenever. That's why he had to get rid of old boy Alex Grinch. There he is. Okay, but the problem comes with culture. The problem comes with mentality. The problem comes with physicality. Is that a word? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Lincoln Riley is a soft. I don't want to say. I'm not trying to disrespect the man. All right. Lincoln Riley has a soft mentality. Just to be nice. All right. What happens when y'all lose this game, this most recent game? The time. The time. We had to wake up too early. Let me look up y'all's schedule real quick. Okay? Let's see. Alright, let me make myself small again. I'm having fun with this. Learning this little OBS stuff. Alright, look. Illinois, the number 23 team in the nation. Y'all still have to play Michigan, Notre Dame, a Nebraska team that don't look that bad. And y'all still got to play Oregon. Don't let Iowa beat you. But y'all got at least 3 more L's on y'all schedule. When do you see a turnaround happening? You got a bye week this week. That's a great thing. You need the bye week after a loss like that. Playing an Illinois team who, let's see Illinois. Illinois team that lost 63-10 to Indiana. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, they had an off game. Yes, they did have an off game that day. But I don't give a damn how off of a game you have. There is no situation to where you're so off that you lose 63-10 to Indiana. They don't make that much off. Off spray don't even make that much off. I'm telling you, it don't make any sense, okay? You lost to an Illinois team that got devoured by Indiana. Next, you get to breathe. You get, hopefully, I don't know how practice is for you guys now, but I know whenever at Oklahoma, whenever we had practice, Lincoln Riley was soft, okay? He doesn't want to be physical. In order for a defense to get better, you have to allow the defense to be better in practice. If you're holding your defense back in any way, shape, or form, don't hit them too hard. Oh no, don't look at them like that. You're looking too mean. Don't look at the quarterback that way. Oh, that's our star receiver. Don't hurt him. No, hey, don't touch him. Stop it. If that's how y'all's practice is still going on, because I damn sure know that's exactly how practice was going on at Oklahoma when he was our head coach. You're not beating Michigan. You're not beating Notre Dame. You're not beating Nebraska. And you're not beating Oregon. So I said, Iowa. You damn sure ain't beating Iowa neither because they are physical. Okay? So I'm almost 30 minutes in. I need to chill out. Going in on Lincoln like this. But look, to boil it all up, to end it all, to make it all make sense to everybody, look. It's not gonna change. You might have a good year here and there, but you're not in the Pac-12 anymore. You're in the Big Ten now. And yeah, you got a good recruiting class for 2026. Round of applause. You're gonna need it. You guys got your strength and conditioning up. Good, congratulations. You need that. You learned, Lincoln Riley. You learned that you need some big boys out there. But it's all up here. This matters so much. You know, you gotta have a strong team. You gotta have a strong mentality. And whenever your head coach is giving out excuses, talking about the time change, blah blah blah, this that, oh, we'll get them next time, or we're almost there. Aren't you tired of almost being there? I know I would be, but it is what it is. I'm done here. USC fans, USC Trojans, I hope I wasn't too disrespectful to y'all. I'm not trying to be at all. I'm just trying to get y'all to realize who your head coach is. What type of mentality your head coach has. Is he a great offensive coordinator? You're damn right. But he's not. He's a mid-head coach. And y'all expected him to rebuild the program. Y'all expected him to bring the program back to dominance. Back to the top where it should be. I want to see USC doing good. I want to see football is always better when USC is great. Just like football is always better when Texas is great. Oklahoma's always great, so it don't matter. Okay, we got two. Okay, all right. Let me rephrase. In the last 3 years, we've had 2 losing seasons. Oh wait. Scratch that. In the last 25 years, Oklahoma has had 2 losing seasons. Again, Oklahoma is always great. I'm 31. I've only seen 2 losing seasons since I've been paying attention on football. Okay? That's the expectations here. That's the expectations. That's the groundwork that we putting in. That's the bottom floor. And I want to see USC's bottom floor the same. So I hope you guys don't take this with any disrespect. I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from. I just showed you the freaking stats on the screen so you can see it for yourself. Okay? Now, again, make myself big. Like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's your boy, the ATX Sooner. And I want what's best for everybody, man. And Obviously, what's best for Oklahoma is USC doing bad. And I like that. But only because Lincoln Riley's the coach. Get him out of there. Okay? Get him out of there so I can sit here and be like, go Trojans. Because as long as that funny looking MFer is sitting on the sideline, I'm rooting against you. So get him out of there. It's not in y'all's DNA like it's in Oklahoma.